いいえ、いいえ。あなたがそういう必要などない。これこそが我が願いです、主。これだけを私は求めた。
Shamefully, greedily, wishing for him to make love to her like a human. That had been her wish ever since the time when she'd already given up on everything. So you don't need to whisper that. You don't need to. That was what Moran told him. She touched her master's shoulders. She touched living flesh. The dregs of her burned emotion circuit screamed, because she took all of her master's words and actions as permission. This was different from usual. This had never happened before. Normally she let her emotion circuit run rampant and forcefully destroy the intent of her master's actions. There was no meaning in it. But, now, this moment, she believed he truly had given her permission, without clinging to the fact that he wouldn't reject her, without using her circuit's grating as a reason.
私はあなたに触れる。確かに人間の形をしたあなたに。主。
Her master was close to her. She felt his temporary, false, icy body. Her nervous system, every part of her body screamed. Let me just change the visibility of the text box, so I don't need to censor this part here. Okay.
ごくわずかな生体部分の感触。ごく薄い触覚しかない腎臓皮膚の感触。
She deactivated almost all of her functions, other than constant monitoring of the information network, and adjusted her body to feel her master better. Two sensations filled her body. Shamefully, greedily, her circuits trembled. The devices converted into a nervous system were continuously shaking, making her limbs quiver. Not even a rain of bullets or the sharpness of a sword could make her body shake, but his touch alone made it go mad. Her broken emotion circuit operated in vain. All of her circuits heated up as they ran out of control. All of her limbs, all of her body became hot. Hot. Just knowing she was touching his skin made her body grate, warp, heat up. Moran didn't even try to control it. But he's still wearing his clothes, isn't he? Her visual information display told her of abnormalities, but Moran was unconcerned. She didn't care if her body broke during this moment. That was what her emotion circuit said.
彼は主はそうしないだろうけど、計画に私は必要だから。我が主、あなたの、いえ、あなたがあなたを感じる。私のまがいものの女の体のすべてであなたに触れる。私のすでに私のものですらない語詞で。
She clearly felt her master's cold body. She felt his temporary fake body heat, and her body shook with joy.
あなたが
She brought her body closer to him. She pressed her chest against his body, a chest given for him only to show that she was a woman. Because the people making up the core of the society were especially mad, they decided that the body had to be a woman. Functionality along with beauty, that was certainly an insane request, but M allowed it without the slightest interest. Which was why this was the same as a woman's body, at least it was made to look that way. A perfect exterior, made by first-rate false body technician from Kadath, who could even control Inganok technology. Nice reference here, but what is Inganok technology?
肉体を捨ててから初めて私の得た。
Is it different
女の中にいた体。
from London technology?
私はあなたの肌に触れる。この体ならばと思いながら、いつも。
Despite that, his expression didn't change. The same as usual. He only didn't reject, he was silent. No matter what her artificial skin felt like, no matter what her few organic parts felt like, he would feel absolutely nothing. Moran touched his lips. She got so close he could hear her circuits grate. His lips, his tongue, even if none of them had any meaning.
我が主、狂い切った感情回路と神経系のすべて、あなたに触れることにきしむ。あなたを感じることにきしむ。わずかな生体部分があなたを感じ取って、上質な腎臓皮膚があなたに触れている。 それでもあなたはいつもの通りで、それでも
Despite that, the thought that he was touching her of his own will made her body shake and go mad. There was no meaning in connecting the organic parts. That thought made her much, much, much more insane. The sense of electricity flowing through her nervous system backwards. Coolant fell from the surface of her body like sweat, just like...
まるで人間の女がそうするように、私はあえぐ熱に思いに。ありがとうございます、主。私はこうしているだけでもう。
Normally, just doing this would repair her circuit's insanity. Her circuits would all be adjusted, restored to normal without anything that could interfere with completion of the plan. But no. But now, right now, she understood his form, his true nature, his everything. Moran's limbs shook. She felt one thing along with the pleasure.
あなただけが私を必要としてくれた。ですからもう私はそれだけですでにもうあなただけが私を必要とした。あなただけが私へ手を差し伸べた。それだけですでに私の願いは果たされているはずなのに許して。決してそれは涙などではなかった。そのはずなのに。
Her vision shook, the information display warped until it held no meaning, and yet the image of his form, M's form, was perfectly clear. The optical information brought about by Moran's artificial eyes, System Wallace monitoring the information network, those displays warped. The room and the bed, everything she could see warped, and yet his form didn't warp at all. She didn't know why.
許してください。
Why is she apologizing?
こんなにも求めてしまう私をどうかこの人間であった時よりも浅ましく卑しく求め続ける私をどうか我が主 M かりそめのあなた許して。
なぜだ。
His left eye gazed at her, bright red hidden under light blue. She was sure his right eye was doing the same under the eye patch, gazing at Moran. He asked. The question probably wasn't directed at Moran.
なぜお前たちは望み願う。
You all? Why is he talking to everyone? Or who is he talking to exactly? Humans? Because he himself isn't human? I don't know. She could tell his right arm withered as he spoke. He was enduring the urge to tear apart and swallow. He was enduring the urge to destroy her body. That was fine. A corner of Moran's emotion circuit felt that. Her body shook from shameful, illusory joy. Her body could do nothing but be close to him. She didn't.
いつでも私はあなたに引き裂かれても構わない。
But why would he? You are not a meta creature or anything.
でもあなたは決してそうすることはないのですね。私がすでに諦めているから。あの日あの時主、私はあなたの望みを叶えることができなかった。なのに今もこうして私に触れてくれるのですね。
They weren't tears. They weren't tears. That was what Moran told her emotion circuit. Those machine eyes couldn't produce tears. If they did, it was only a coolant leak. They fell. Drops fell from her eyes, down her white jaw. Her visual information warped. Even though her sensory engines were functional, just like her emotion circuit, they grated. Her vision was breaking. Everything other than his image warped, twisted, soundlessly, changing. The light blue left his eye. A bright red glow. What is happening here?
主、あなたの真空が。
Was it an abnormality in her visual information? Was her runaway emotion circuit affecting her sensory engines? But normally, the ones with the red eyes are the meta creatures. Why does M have a red eye? She felt no meaning from what she could see, even though it was in a recording circuit. Several black drops and red glowing eyes writhing in that space. Mora knew them. She knew what they meant. But she didn't connect her visual information to her records. What Mora knew. She knew why she was seeing this, why his form had warped this much. If it wasn't damage or malfunctions making her see these images, but something outside her body, then it was surely...
私の目に魂なるものが残っているなら、これが本当のジェームズ。
Her lips naturally moved. She detected no abnormal behavior in her circuits. Her lips simply moved. Her tongue simply called his name.
違う。その名は仮初めのものだ。など、俺には。
はい。いいえ。それでもあなたはジェームズという形で私を救った。私を拾って、あなたは私のハスとなったのです。我が主ジェームズ・モリアーティ。
そうか。
はい。
その言葉、それが真にお前の言葉であれば、お前は諦めていないのだ。沈むこともなく、とどまることもなく、お前は俺の届かぬ場所にある。
いいえ、主。ジェームズ、私はあなたと常にあなたと共にあると。たとえあなたのその瞳にはすでに私が映っていないのだとしても、たとえあなたの瞳にはすでにあの少女しか見えていないのだとしても、私は手を伸ばす。けれどこの鋼の手ではあなたには届くことは